Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're in 1.21. This is not a drill, they updated it, and they've added new stuff. I am very excited. I also spent a lot of time off camera mining to get the one new DNA that got added. Pastasuchus. It is a crocodilian from the Triassic period that lived in forests. Yeah, I wanted it. I saw that they added it. I immediately wanted it. There's some other new stuff that we're going to be playing around with. Maybe not necessarily today, but chain fences. Where are those in the list? Here, they're down here. Chain fences. All these need to get their titles or their item names updated. But like a whole bunch of 1.21 compatibility stuff, chain fences, and a laser pointer. What do we need for this? We might be able to... Do I have the iron for that? I might have the iron for that. We might make that. I didn't think that I would have the stuff for that, actually. I thought it would need something really unhinged. Do I have glowstone dust? If I don't, I do know where I can get some. We do have the nether portal. And I'm gonna need to smelt iron anyway, I think. Unless I'm missing... Yeah, we're gonna need to smelt up some iron. Which is absolutely fine, but we are... Okay, I've immediately gotten sidetracked. We're doing the crocodilian enclosure because I have a really fun idea. It's not overly complicated, but I think it'll be fun. So we're doing that. And I have some nautilus in a bucket. I found these while exploring. So we are gonna toss these guys in our little pond that we have, because I think they'll be perfect for the pond. I was talking about these guys a couple of videos ago when Mojang announced that they were putting Nautilus in the game. Yeah. Sorry if we get a little bit of lag or some runtime issues. I tried to get this as stable as I can. I actually opened the world and turned up my render distance for a while to try and load as much as I could. Then I brought it back down. I have it a little bit lower than maybe I necessarily need to, but I just want to play it safe for a bit. We're in 1.21, we're in a new version, all that sort of stuff, you know. Anyway, this maybe needs to be deeper. I think it might need to be deeper, but we can do that. I'm gonna make it one deeper for now, but I think ultimately probably two deeper would be for the best. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do. I still want to decorate it, but there we go. We got some nautiluses. Nautili? Mojang called them nautili. I don't know why Mojang called them nautili. They probably checked, but I'm not sure if they did. I think these guys can drop eggs, which would be nice because our piscivores do eat nautilus eggs. Alright, we have to head across the way here. Because, A, we need to figure out where I'm going to put this enclosure. Because everything's happening on this side now. We sort of filled up this area as much as we comfortably can, especially because I want to put pathways and buildings, which I haven't done yet. They changed the texture for this as well. I don't hate it, actually. I'm sort of okay with it. What does it look like? I'm not gonna Calamity. Gets greener when stripped now. That's I think, the better way around to have it than what they did before. No, I'm so excited that they finally updated. I was reading the patch notes and the changelog. Apparently they reworked trees, but it might just be those textures. It might just be textures and not how they generate. I don't know. We'll find out when we plant some trees later. There we go. You're gonna be doing iron now. And also, you're coming home. Should have left the door open. Okay, you're going there, there, and there we go. Welcome back. My inventory is full. This egg is doing okay? This egg is ready! Oh, that's a really cool texture. I like that. I hope we get more like that. Because a lot of these... Actually, you know what? No. I was going to say, a lot of these are relatively bland. But at least a couple of the older ones are fun. The newer ones are getting more spots and lines on them. But this one I really like. It looks very cool. 61... I don't think I'll need that. I'm carrying bones. The forest. I'm still going to put a water feature in. I might make it a little bit bigger, the water feature, specifically because it's a crocodile sort of thing that we got. It's an old ancient crocodilian, so it isn't a dinosaur technically. But it lived at the same time. This one went extinct in the Triassic era. So, got ourselves a Triassic crocodilian, and it lived in forests. That's all that I really know about it. I didn't even really look at photos of it, because I sort of wanted to be surprised when we saw it. I think that is a little bit of a crazy thing for me to have done, because it's a Minecraft mob. It's not going to look exactly like the actual animal. But whatever. Oh, before I forget, when we updated, I was lucky. One of the texture packs that I use, the one that adds more variants for dinosaurs, I don't know if these two actually used that texture pack for variants, but that did update successfully. So if we go to Dorothy, who got turned green by that texture pack, Dorothy actually stayed green, which was really nice. And I discovered that Lapis are blue Triceratops. There is not a blue Triceratops variant naturally in the game. That was done by the texture pack. Lapis, luckily, is still befitting of that name, which I'm glad to see, and I'm sure that Lapis is also very happy about. How are you doing? You're doing fine. Alright, we've covered that. We've covered all the bases. Let's get our crocodilian enclosure in here. I'm kinda thinking that I want the technical range of the enclosure to go further than the actual limits of the fencing. I think that would be a mildly interesting thing to do. We're gonna... Ooh, is this axe? Lovely. We're gonna take these out, because we're gonna put it... Are we gonna put it over here? I feel like we're gonna put it over here. Let's get a temporary waypoint so that I can get distracted. Enclosure. There we go. That'll work. Immediately I'm only putting that there because I just thought, let's get the glowstone dust. Our nether is still the same. Oh. And we're being a little bit buggy. That's fine. Just need a single piece of glowstone dust. Alright. Yes! And that... We're gonna throw a waypoint here. Actual area. This is the best descriptor. There we go. That's everything that we need. All of that. Just for glowstone dust. That was a totally reasonable thing to do. I will take no notes. It was all worth it. Do I remember this recipe? Is it interchangeable? No, it's not. Maybe it should be, though. We have a laser pointer. I have no idea what it does. All the dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures have an item that is called a command item. That might not be what they call it in the Dinopedia, but... Oh! It actually laser points. That's really cool. How much durability does it have? Is this something I should be worried about running out? It's actually not that hard to make, and the stuff isn't... Oh, I need to turn those back on. I had durability tooltips enabled, and I don't actually remember what the hotkeys are for that. But I want to see what one of our dinosaurs does if I play with a laser pointer. I also want to work on that enclosure, but it'll be fine. I promise. Totally. Yeah. Okay. Let's hop down here. Yeah, so it's order item. Their order item is a stick, but... They go to it and they try to attack it. That's kind of adorable. Hold on. I want to do it to the T-Rex a little bit. First, we're going to do it to Lapis. Can this be used to bring them, like, close? Is there a range? Lapis, come on. Come on. No, come on. Over here. That works pretty effectively, actually. That is adorable. Does it anger them? I'm curious if it brought down Lapis's happiness, because Lapis should be at full happiness. And Lapis stays at full happiness. And this hasn't been any of their order items. I don't know if it is anything's order item. Does it? It doesn't work underwater? It does work underwater. Does anything react to it? No, not really. Okay. We're doing it to the T-Rex. We're bringing it to our unnamed T-Rex that I need to name one day. It's on the list. Unless you guys want to name it, then it can be named, like, next week. It'll be next week, because I upload weekly. Get it! Wait, Do you bite at it? Hold on. I want to see this a bit closer. Of course, you clip into the wall. Yes, you do. And you're happy. You're very happy, and you're not trying to eat me, which is nice. Okay. Laser pointer is staying in our inventory so that I can play with the dinosaurs. And, that actually will probably be really helpful for thumbnails. Can bring them to me when I'm taking a thumbnail, finally. Oh, that's gonna save me a lot of time, probably. Okay. It's a pretty simple enclosure, right? I don't think it needs to be too complicated. I think this one can be a lot of fun without being overly complicated. So we're gonna... This one is going to be a square, which is a really boring shape that we've sort of avoided thus far, but not anymore. This one needs to go up to 4. Unless I bring that one down to 2, which I think we could get away with. Oh, okay, that's gonna go flying. Four, I think, and then that all needs to go over to here. There we go. Somewhere we need a door, which in this instance is actually gonna look something like... Do I want it to go all the way up? We could get away with all the way up. And then we're gonna put our chain fences in. I don't know if I have enough, but I did just smelt some iron. So if we need, we can do that. Or we can bring these down 1. Do I think they look better brought down 1? No, I do not. We have a decent bit, but I have also just made this enclosure pretty large because it is just a rectangle. And I want our creatures to have the space to enjoy. Feels like I need, like, slabs or something on top of the corners. I don't think I have slabs, though. Can these... Oh, they can't be jumped over. Interesting. These front ones here, I am gonna move these. And then we're gonna actually have trees inside and outside the enclosure, and maybe, like, some benches and stuff. Again, I actually need to work on the zoo infrastructure at some point. But we just haven't gotten to it yet. But I do like this. This is the chain fences. That was a great idea. That was just out of the blue. They just did that. I don't think that was on my bingo card for things that were gonna get added to this mod. It wasn't on my bingo card. The 2 sizes of chain fences. I went with small for this one. But I think there's some good opportunities for the big ones as well. Okay, let's get my iron. And let's see, where did I throw my iron haphazardly with no thought process or organization. Thought I had iron nuggets somewhere. This is so bad. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Do I remember which way around it is? I do remember. How many is that going to give us? If I take one more. There we go. Alright, 48. Probably won't be enough. Probably not. Could be, though. Again, it's not actually that big of an enclosure. And if I really need to, I can add a couple more walls to look like supports. That is just a thing I can do. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Those take axe as well, really. Alright. Can work with that. Anyway, let's get these back in here. There we go. It's gonna save us some chain fencing. I don't have enough. However, I have a couple tricks up my sleeve for this one. How far are we? Not very. Alright. I mean, first off, you know. Basically, I'm trying to save myself from having to deal with any more iron. Step one, we're gonna do that. That gets us pretty close. I don't know if there's a middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Middle should be roughly, well, not roughly, it should be 6. So right here, I can get 3 more. And add a, there we go. Do something like that. Is this going to be possible to stretch out the way that I want it to? Maybe. We're going to go to sleep first. Because sleep is important. Alright. Let's see how far I can stretch the amount of chain fence I already have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7. There we go. Gonna take out this one. I feel like we're gonna want slabs on the tops of these, but I do not have any more andesite. There we go. My inspiration for this enclosure is those sort of like stereotypical alligator cages in movies and cartoons that are always in swamps. Look at that! I think this is going to be a good opportunity for those Zetter paintings. Forgot how this worked. No, I could have sworn. Oh, that was Control, not Shift. Yeah. The Zetter paintings. This is going to be a good opportunity for those signs, which I keep not making or doing anything with. because I'm great at this, as you guys can tell. Alright. We are gonna get a tree in here, but it's gonna be short-lived, because I need to chop it down for saplings. Did they change how they generate? I don't think so. How many saplings is this gonna earn us? How is it 2? How did the math work out that that was 2? Okay, because I see more than 2 right there. Okay. Do I need an axe to break it? No. That was weird. Okay. We're gonna throw one there, 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 there. Because this needs to feel like a forest. Should be enough to make it feel like a forest, I think. Because we're gonna veer away from custom trees for a little bit. That went poorly last time I did it. If I don't update that, that'll actually be pretty... That would be nice to leave it that way. I don't know if that's a feasible thing. And then we're gonna chop down another one of these trees, because this enclosure takes up more space than the fences. I want the environment around it to be that sort of swampy thing I was talking about. Do I need another axe? I need another axe, definitely. No chicken. I don't know if I'm hoping for a chicken or not, because a baby chick would be... I don't really need it, but then I guess I could put it into the farm if I ever actually built that. Diamonds. Here we go. Just gonna make a diamond axe, because I will definitely use it. There we go. Ooh, grab that. Alright. Let's, get another tree grown, and then we can chop it down. All for its saplings. Did I actually... I didn't even gain any. There we go. That's gotten us more than one sapling. 7? Might be enough. Okay, we're gonna need a couple on this side, over here. This one is getting sacrificed for saplings. We'll leave one of them can stay. And I need to bring one sapling back with me for storage, or else we are gonna run out of trees, and then I'm gonna need to spend a bio-goo to bring it back, and it's gonna be a whole mess. How about you? Are you gonna give me more saplings? You're gonna give me more saplings. You only dropped one of them. How nice. Let's bone meal all of these, though. Because half of the intrigue of an enclosure like this, doing it this way, is the outside along with the inside. And then we could have like a path going through. This one gonna need... There we go. I think just bringing them down like that works. more or less, so good enough for me. Got some areas for our water features. And speaking of water, it is now raining. Alright. I don't have, and I'm gonna go grab a glass bottle. And the reason that I'm gonna grab a glass bottle is because we are in 1.20, which means I get mud. Finally, after all this time, we can actually work with mud, which is going to be so nice for detailing these enclosures. I need at least 2 water. Just gonna go to the river for that, I guess. Look at how that looks. Where is it? Over here. That looks not bad on the mini-map. It looks like a small chunk of forest, which is exactly what I was going for. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's just... One of these needs to be our water source. There we go. Then we'll fill these in, and then we'll worry about mud. Because I want the mud to not just be under the water, which means I might have to dig a little bit up, and then I might need to dig up a little bit of dirt to do that, because... But I think it'll be worth it. And because I don't need to deal with packed mud, this takes much less time. Alright. Well, let's make these 2 mud as well. See, okay. This one changed into grass before I could do it, but my idea is solid. And I think some mud on the outside could look nice as well. And it doesn't need to be like every single point adjacent to some water. Just, it needs to look good. We want some variation. Can we put ferns on mud? We can. Does it grow? It does grow even. That's nice. It does not eat ferns, so that's going to be just an environmental thing, just to make things look good. It's for vain purposes only. Which, half of my design choices are just because I think they'll look good, and then I end up being wrong. So, we'll see what happens. There. Was there not there? There wasn't. But there's going to be. And then one there and there. I think would look good. Then I do want a couple spots of mud that don't necessarily have water near them. Hello, Mr. Pig. You should probably run. If this thing is a carnivore, you are on the menu. If it's a piscivore, then I need to go fishing. Which I'm not gonna do, probably. Is that all the gaps? Yep. Those are doing their thing. Let's grab one for return. And lots of ferns. And those can spread outside, not ferns, horsetails. And those can spread outside as well. I don't know if they are. Are they? Maybe. Those are ferns. I was about to say, are those short horsetails? Because you can have short horsetails, but after you bone meal them, they turn into tall ones, and they just stay that way forever. There we go. The outside more or less matching what I'm doing on the inside there. Feels lush and full and beautiful, I think, but also like a little bit messy, which is what I'm going for. I don't know if we need mud on the outside. I think this is good how it is. Okay, let's go home. Let's get some sleep, and then let's get this thing in its enclosure. So excited. Alright, here we are. Seeing it all with fresh eyes. I am going to delay us a couple of seconds. Which tree am I going to... Yeah, you'll do. And there we go. Bone meal that back up now that we have spare saplings. Perfect. Can't even tell. Also just gonna grab one of those, one more, because I want... don't know how far it'll spread, but we are just gonna throw one out here. Alright, it's time. Pasta Suchus. Are you gonna be warm enough? You're gonna be warm enough. This is amazing. I think it's a fun enclosure. I need one horsetail to come back with me as well. Hold on, though. I think maybe there's a couple points in here where they're a little bit too built up, so I can take... There we go. Perfect. I am surprised that the laser pointer isn't just like a order item. I thought that it would be just an order item for Smilodon, or that if it did anything, it would only do something with Smilodon, but no. They've added a way to actually get the dinosaurs to go places en masse, which means that the drum still doesn't have a purpose. Is it craftable? It is craftable. We could get a drum. I don't think it has a purpose, though. At one point, it was used to order dinosaurs en masse, but I don't think it was ever actually functionally implemented, even in OG Fossils and Archaeology, before the revival. I don't think it ever actually worked, like the time machine, which... Oh, they do still have the clock in. The ancient clock is for a thing that's not even in this version of the mod, called the time machine, which for as long as it has been in this version, like Fossils and Archaeology Revival or the original Fossils and Archaeology, the time machine has never functioned. Not once. One day, it will work. They've talked about wanting to have a certain threshold of number of species in the mod before they do that. I can't remember what that threshold was. Okay, everybody get ready. I want to see it. I don't want to look at see how close it is. I just want to... Yes! You have very big eyes. And are you bipedal right now? To be fair, the stegosaurs were as well. You're doing your little swim. You are a full carnivore. You have a very short right up. Do they just have it as bipedal in this mod? That's interesting. Tropical environment of late Triassic North America. I think I've done that vague justice. I have gone more swamp-like than necessary, but that's just because that's the style of enclosure that I really wanted to build. You'll do. I think it can hunt a rabbit. What do you think? Welcome. Alright. Wait. No, you won't attack it. I thought maybe. I wasn't sure. But maybe it would have attacked the rabbit. Okay, well, you have a rabbit. I know there was a pig earlier. Can I find you that pig? Because I don't know if a rabbit will be enough food. You are just a little guy right now. Or gal. I didn't actually check. Which is the whole reason half the time that I even open that menu. Alright. Nope. You're coming with me. You're not getting out of this. You get to be bait for our new creature. Right, so we have a male Pastasuchus. I'm not actually 100% sure. You're gonna need a name, and you're so far down the list. I'm trying to do them in order, but if you guys come up with names, please leave them in the comments below, and I will name it the second you suggest it. I won't just put... It won't be on the list of like, oh yeah, I'll get to naming it what you suggested after I've done this and this and this. No, we will name it, because I want to name these guys, but... it is hard to do alone. Okay, are you gonna help me do the outro, buddy? Where do you want to do the outro? Because I could cheat now, and if I do this... Hold on. Where are you? No, that's not gonna work. Okay. I thought maybe there is a way to do that effectively. I am stuck. Alright. Where is he hiding? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.